He was afraid. This is why God calls us to walk with the Holy Ghost. Because He's the one who will help you to see what is your advantage and what is not. That is why we are granted the power to manipulate outcomes. How did the whole kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar come under the dominion of Jehovah? Because there were men called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The king made an image and said that when you hear the sound of the pipe and the whatever, the instrument, go down on your knees. Meanwhile, the plot of God is to bring the whole kingdom under His government. But looking from afar, from men who have not understood the ways of the Spirit, it will look like this is evil. But in the evil, God can cause a turnaround. God had already permitted this thing to come, so that in it His name will be glorified forever. And certain men who had walked with the Spirit understood the ways of the Spirit, and they said that what God needs is rebels, people who will rebel against Nebuchadnezzar. And when the king called them and they said that, are you the ones? They said that, oh king, we are not careful to answer thee at all in this matter. Our God whom we serve is able to save us. And even if He will not save us, we will say no power. And at the end of the day, Nebuchadnezzar now uttered the words. And he said that only the God, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, He is God. And he now proclaimed and said that everyone in his kingdom. Was it for the disadvantage of the people of God? Certainly not. The image that was made was for the advantage of the people of God. But only when you walk with the Holy Ghost. Only when you stay with the Spirit. Only when you understand the systems of manipulation in the spirit realm, that you'll be able to now bring what look like a disadvantage to your advantage. But if you don't understand the systems of manipulations, the systems of orchestrations, you can't. What is meant to promote you will kill you. Hi. Meanwhile, in the spirit, it was meant to promote you. Listen, let me tell you something about the spirit realm. The thing that is meant for your promotion, it has the ability to kill you. If you don't navigate your way by the Holy Ghost to now make the situation become what it was intended to be, it will kill you. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would have died. Why do you think James, the brother of John, was killed with a sword? And when Peter was taken, the Bible said that but prayer was made of the church without ceasing. And then an angel was released to enter into the prison. That means that James could have been saved. And when Peter came out, more faith entered into the people. So God purposed that through the situation, He would teach them faith. And He will bring them closer to trusting Him the more than they have been before. But James was taken and the church didn't know the system of navigation. They watched and James died. So by prayer, they could have altered the outcome. They could have manipulated. They could have orchestrated something different that would have brought a different outcome. If you don't walk with the Holy Ghost, what is meant to promote you, that's what will destroy you. Because probably you have not walked with the Spirit. You have not yielded to the Holy Ghost. There's no mercy in that realm, or in the spirit realm. There's nothing like mercy. No. The Lord can bring you into a trial. That trial that God brings you is for a reason. But the same trial, you can die in it. God will not say the time is up to come out. Have you not read that when Israel entered into captivity, the prophecy said that 70 years. For 72 years, the guys were still in captivity. One man went to read a certain book by Jeremiah, the prophet, and he realized that according to the prophecy, we were supposed to be here for 70 years. Why are we still here? It is 72 years now. And the man began to cry and to pray. So if that man didn't cry and pray, all of them would have died in that captivity. Even with that, it took a while before they came. The Lord said that Israel was supposed to be in Egypt for 400 years. It took them 430 years. What was the 30 years for? They didn't know what to do. They gave up. The Bible said Jesus gave up the ghost. They also gave up the ghost. They gave up and sat in their affliction and said that, oh, the Lord has disappointed us. And God was waiting for their cry. If they cried earlier, their deliverance would have been earlier. Within that 30 years, I don't know how many people died. I don't know how many people were raped by the tax masters. How many of them, their children, were killed through torture. But if they cried earlier, because the Bible said that God said that the cry of my people have come up into my ears, and I have come to deliver them. I've come. So until the cry went up, it wouldn't have come. If the cry had not gone up, it wouldn't have come. I want to tell you something about maximizing trials. Maximizing trials. But I want you to understand that there are things that are meant for our advantage. One of them is trials. A lot of believers wish that they never go through trials.